16 teams are gone and 16 remain. Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the European Football All-Time channel, and today welcome to my World Cup round of 16 predictions. We've now surpassed the round of 32, some really good games, some really good moments as well in the round of 32, but 16 teams remain, and there's around as well, 2 weeks until the tournament ends. And yeah, make sure to smash a like, subscribe. Let's get into this video. Okay, and the first game is from the NRG Stadium in Houston as Canada take on Morocco. Now, Canada coming into this after that 1-0 win late on against South Africa. Morocco drawing 1-1 against the Netherlands and advancing via a penalty shootout. Now, we'll start with Canada. In fairness, I thought it was a decent game, to be fair. I thought it was very end-to-end, to be honest. South Africa definitely had their moments. Canada had their moments as well. But to be honest, I think the game changed for Canada when Alphonso Davies came on. For me, I think when Davies came on, Canada just upped it up another level, and South Africa were really under the cosh. And I think when Davies came on, I think most people were probably saying to themselves, okay, Canada will probably score soon. And eventually they did through the captain, Estequio. A great finish, to be fair, but heartbreak for South Africa to concede late on. But Canada obviously getting the job done. And this tonight will be a difficult game for them. It's definitely their toughest test so far. You know, they're taking on a Morocco side who are obviously the supposed AFCON champions. And obviously, I mean, they've done well so far, to be fair to them. Obviously, I think they're still unbeaten at the moment. Obviously, they drew their opener against Brazil. Obviously, they then beat Scotland and then beat Haiti. Obviously, drew against the Netherlands and obviously advanced through penalties. I didn't watch the Netherlands game because I was actually out in Milan. Of course, that vlog will be out soon, by the way. The Milan vlog. I suggest you watch it because it is a very good video. But to be fair, from looking at the stats and stuff in the Netherlands game, let me just get it up quickly. Looking at the stats in the Netherlands game, it did look like Morocco kind of dominated, to be fair. Netherlands only recording 30% possession throughout the game with 6 shots and 2 on target. Morocco with 70% possession, 11 shots and 5 on target. Of course, the Netherlands as well, very close. Well, I should say Morocco, actually. Morocco very close to actually going out in 19 minutes. It took Morocco until the first minute of stoppage time to score through Issa Diop. And apparently he had a decent game, Issa Diop, from what I've heard from some people. But looking at this game, Morocco will be the favourites to win. They have got a better team on paper than Canada. But in fairness to Canada, they've done quite well and to get this far, and I think they will make this difficult for Morocco. I think they've got players. I think Canada have got players that can hurt Morocco, but Morocco have got players that can hurt Canada as well. Saibari, Brahim Diaz, Bouhaddi, El Khanous, etc. So in the end, it'll be a tight game. I'm going to say that a lot in this video. Be a tight one, but I think Morocco will just win by 2-1. Okay, the next game is over in Philadelphia, and it is Paraguay taking on France. Now, Paraguay, wow, what a moment it was in that last game, drawing 1-1 against Germany and advancing on a penalty shootout. I didn't actually know as well that the penalty shootout was the first time ever Germany have lost a World Cup penalty shootout. That is kind of mental, really. I didn't really know that, but fair play to Paraguay. I did watch bits of this game, and Germany did dominate, I'm not going to lie. The stats prove it as well. 76% possession for Germany, 21 shots, 6 on target, 43 touches in Paraguay's box, 2 big chances, 725 passes, compared to Paraguay with 24% possession, 7 shots, 3 on target, only 12 touches in Germany's box, 3 big chances, and only 160 passes completed in that game. So it's safe to say that Germany were dominant, but Paraguay, very resilient defensively. They stuck together, they believed in each other, and they got the job done in the end. So fair play to Paraguay. I mean, I mean, Germany obviously missed that first penalty through time, and I think Paraguay missed like 2 pens in a row or something, and you thought, oh no, Paraguay going to bottle it, but no. Obviously, I think it was... Who missed the last penalty for Germany? I actually can't remember. Who was it? It was Jonathan Tah who missed the last penalty, who missed the last penalty for Germany, and then of course Jose Canela scored to get Paraguay through. Even the momentum as well. All Germany, the momentum. I mean, Germany was so dominant in that game, but at the end of the day, they didn't take their chances, and Paraguay, defensively, it looks like they have been a tough team to break down in this World Cup. We saw it in the game against Turkey. Paraguay did get an early goal, and they sat back for the rest of the game. They let Turkey have all the ball, all the chances, but Turkey couldn't put their chances away. Paraguay took the lead. Yes, Germany did eventually score, but Germany, throughout the game, just couldn't get that other goal to go through, and obviously Paraguay advanced. So, I mean, fair play to Paraguay though. It's a brilliant moment for them, and also, I mean, if they win tonight, I'll be absolutely mental, really, to knock out one of the favourites in France. But the question is, will Paraguay do it? It is going to be difficult, because we all know how good France are. Kylian Mbappe, you know, I think he's not too far behind Messi in the scoring charts. Yeah, he's only one goal behind, so if he gets 2 tonight, Mbappe, he will go back above Messi before Argentina next play on Tuesday, I think, against Egypt. But he is the guy Paraguay have got to try and stop. Well, they've got to try and stop the whole France team, really. France's team's a joke. Mbappe's been cooking this tournament. They've got to stop Dembele, Elise, Rabiot. There's so many unbelievable players in this French team, and just this French team is just unbelievable. And yet it will be difficult. Paraguay will find it difficult to stop them, but if the manager has a way to try and stop France, then obviously the players are going to show that on the pitch. And maybe, I mean, you never know, Paraguay could win. It's quite unlikely, but they could win. They could win, Paraguay, but do I think it'll happen? No, I don't think they will. I just think France are too good, to be honest. You can play a low block against this French team. You can try and sit back and defend and go long ball and hit. You could do anything to try and stop this French team. France they just know how to do it. They just know how to do it. And I do think France will win. I just think they're too strong. But Paraguay will give it a go. They will make it difficult for France, but I think France will just get the job done in the end. So I'm going to go 3-0 to France. Okay, and the next game is an absolute cracker in New York. This is going to be a brilliant game. It is Brazil taking on Norway. And I tell you what, this is going to be an unbelievable game of football. Haaland versus Gabriel again at the World Cup. We all know the rivalry they've had in the last couple of years in the Prem. Now we get to see it in the World Cup. Of course, Brazil advancing with a 2-1 win against Japan. Norway advancing with a 2-1 win against the Ivory Coast. I mean, I didn't watch either game, but I think I managed to get on like the last few minutes of the Brazil game, and Brazil obviously scoring very late on through Gabriel Martinelli. So that must indicate really that Japan made it difficult for Brazil in that game. And Norway will make this difficult. Norway, I think, have got players in their team that can hurt Brazil. One of them I've just mentioned in Erling Haaland. I mean, I know, like I just said, we're going to see that battle again of Haaland versus Gabriel. But if Norway can get the ball to Haaland, I think he can really, really kind of just make life difficult for that Brazil defence. But Brazil as well, I mean, Brazil will be favourites. Brazil on paper have got a better team than Norway. You know, Brazil have got Vini Jr., they've got, you know, Cunha, Casemiro, Guimarães, Gabriel, etc. Brazil have got a good team, and on paper they are favourites to win this one, but I wouldn't write off Norway at all, because Norway, they are a very good team. They defend well, they attack well, they tackle well. They're a very good side, and plus as well, the Norway fans, we've seen what the fans of Norway have been like. You know, they are the 12th man. The Norway fans will roar their team on. We've seen that a lot in this tournament. You know, with the big woo, the Norwegian rowing. You know, you'll be able to hear that, and as well, there's just a special bond with the players and the fans, and you know, this will be difficult for Brazil. It will. We got to realise that Brazil aren't the same team as they were a few years ago. I think most people have probably realised that by now. And I think you look at Norway, even in the qualifiers for the tournament, you know, they beat Italy, was it 4-0 at the San Siro? So they can turn up against the big teams, Norway. I mean, against Senegal, it was a tough game, and Senegal are a good team. They're on paper probably one of, if not the best team in Africa, Senegal. And Norway beat them 3-2. Very tight game, but Norway got the job done. I mean, yeah, in that France game, I mean, I think if Norway would have put out their strong team, I think they would have given France a game, but they didn't. Obviously, Norway put out their B team, but overall, I think it's going to be 2-2, and I think it's going to go the full distance, all the way to penalties, but I just think Brazil will edge it on pens, so I'm going to go 2-2, and Brazil to win on penalties. Okay, next up is at the Estadio Azteca. It is Mexico versus England. Now, I didn't watch the England game because I was actually on a flight back to England from Bergamo, or from Milan Bergamo Airport. But to be fair, I did manage to watch the first 10-15 minutes. I saw Congo's goal, and just for the rest of the flight, I was like, I bloody hope we've won. Landed, saw that we won. And I was like, oh, thank God. And to be fair, I messaged quite a lot of people asking, you know, oh, how did we play? Did we play well? All this, all that. And the response I got from quite a lot of people, it's safe to say England didn't play very well from what I've heard. I did watch the highlights. And to be fair to Congo, they gave us a game. They made it very difficult. Congo's keeper had an absolutely unbelievable game. He had probably the game of his life, so I can't even feel bad for him because he was making some unbelievable saves. And I'll tell you what as well, England were very lucky not to go 2-0 down. I did see that Visser hit the post, so England very lucky to not go 2-0 down. But of course, Harry Kane saved us. I mean, it's Harry Kane. I mean, how people, if there's generally people that still think Harry Kane is, you know, just, if there's still people that think, oh, Harry Kane's washed, Harry Kane's this, like, come on. Give your head a fucking wobble. Hold on. Honestly, give your head a wobble if you think Harry Kane is, oh, he's not good. Harry Kane's the best striker probably in the world right now. He's probably better than Haaland. He's probably better than Mbappe. I mean, look at the guy. Harry Kane's ridiculous. He's generally ridiculous. I mean, he's got what? 60 goals for Bayern. He's been so important for England, man. And I tell you now, without Harry Kane, we'd probably be out by now. If we didn't have Harry Kane in that game, we probably would have lost the Congo. Take Harry Kane out of that England team, we win nothing. Harry Kane is so important to this team, and he needs to turn up. And it's not just him, because the whole team needs to turn up in this game, because this will not be easy. Mexico are a very good team. They are good. From what I've seen of Mexico at this World Cup, they are a team that will fight. They fight. They're passionate. They will make this very difficult for England. And in fairness, I have seen a couple of Mexicans worried about England, about Mexico playing England. But I tell you now, Mexican fans, we have been a bit shaky at this tournament. Going forward, we look good. But I think defensively is where we are weak. And I think that is where Mexico can hurt us. Quinones for Mexico. When he plays at the Azteca, honestly, he turns into prime Pele. He turns into prime Messi. That guy, Quinones, at the Azteca, is a different player. And if it's him against Spence, I love Spence. I love him because, as you can see behind me, I'm a Tottenham fan. But I think if it is Quinones against Spence, I think Quinones could have a field day. I really, really do. And plus as well, Raul Jimenez, I know he's not, when we see him in the Prem for Fulham, he's not great, but for Mexico, he's been decent at this World Cup. Alvarado has been a good player for Mexico. Mexico have got players that can hurt us. But we've got players that can hurt them. We've got Kane, Bellingham, Rashford, Saka. To be honest, Thomas Tuchel has to go with the strongest team. Don't start Madueke, because if we start Madueke and Gordon, we've lost. I'm telling you now, if Tuchel starts Madueke and Gordon, we've lost. I think it is a must. It is a must that Saka and Rashford have to start in this game. If we want to go to the Azteca and leave there with a win, you start Bukayo Saka, you start Marcus Rashford, you put Bellingham in the 10, and you put Harry Kane up front. And then I think the team will be interesting. Because, I mean, there is rumours Reece James is back. But do you start him? He's just come back from injury, Reece James. Do you start him in a game like this? Who knows? Who knows? But as well, a disadvantage England have got is the altitude. The altitude will be a key factor in this game. The Estadio Azteca is, I think, 7,000 metres above sea level or something like that. It's very high above sea level. And with altitude, it's, the heart rate increases, fatigue is more, it's more often that it happens. And I think that's an advantage Mexico have got, and even Tuchel's admitted it. Tuchel's admitted it himself, that the altitude, Mexico have got the advantage. It's physically impossible for England to adapt to the altitude within 2 days. And plus as well, Mexico, they're going to do the fans, I should say, the Mexican fans are going to do everything they can to put us off. The night before Mexico-Ecuador, Mexican fans outside the Ecuador team hotel, they had fireworks, they had drums, they had everything. They were beeping the car horns, revving motorbike engines. The Mexico fans will do everything they can to put us off. They will. And did it work against Ecuador? Maybe it did. Maybe it did work against Ecuador, putting them off the night before the game, because they lost Ecuador. They lost, so it must have done something, disturbing the Ecuador players' sleep. Because Ecuador lost, it must have done something, but overall, it is going to be a difficult game. This will be a tough game, but let's not be scared. Let's not be scared of Mexico. I can understand that people will be scared of playing Mexico in their home city at the Azteca with altitude in front of 80,000 Mexicans. I think there's only around 5,000-6,000 England fans going to be there. Mexico, they're going to boo us, jeer us. You even saw it when England arrived at the hotel. I think yesterday, Mexican fans were already booing us and jeering us. It is going to be difficult for England, but like I said just then, let's not go there and be scared. Let's go there and actually show Mexico what we're made of. Because on paper, we've got a better team than Mexico. We've got Harry Kane, we've got Jude Bellingham, we've got Rashford, we've got Saka. Who Mexico got? Raul Jimenez, Quinones. Don't get me wrong, they're good players, but we've got better players. I don't think there's one Mexico player that gets an England's team. That's how good we are. And if we can go there, silence the crowd, get an early goal, then why not? Why not we can go there and win? Don't get me wrong, I'll be honest, I am feeling a bit nervous going into the game, because altitude, Azteca, 8,000 Mexicans, it's going to be difficult. But there is something inside me that's telling me that England can do this. We can go there and win. And yes, I know their record at the Azteca is good, but look at the teams they played. El Salvador, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. Like, mate, I think some of my local teams around here, where I live, could be El Salvador, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. And plus as well, you could probably argue Mexico haven't really played anyone good yet. This is the first real challenge Mexico have in this World Cup. And it's probably the same with England as well. But in the end, it's going to be 2-2. Extra time. It stays at 2-2. We're going to penalties at the Azteca. And I'm telling you now, England are going to win. 2-2. England will win on penalties. And we're going to silence the Mexicans. You've heard it here first. Come back to this video when it happens. 2-2. England to win on pens. You've heard it here first. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. And I'll tell you what. This is going to be fireworks. This is going to be a brilliant game in Dallas. It's a derby. It's Portugal against Spain. Generally, what a game this is going to be. Ronaldo versus Yamal. The European champions looking for revenge. Portugal beat Spain in that Nations League final, you may remember. But honestly, this game is going to be absolute fireworks. And I think coming into it, I think Spain probably are the favourites. I think Spain very slowly are starting to thrive. They're starting to click. We're starting to see what Spain are really about. And Portugal, I'll be honest, I don't think we're yet to see what Portugal are made of, in my opinion. To be fair, that last game against Croatia was an unreal game. Second half, really, in particular, of Portugal-Croatia was an unreal game. Unbelievable game of football. I do feel quite bad for Croatia. That goal getting disallowed in, the 12th, 13th minute of stoppage time. But, I mean, that is football at the end of the day. That's what the technology is there for. So, I do kind of feel bad for Croatia. But Portugal, they got the job done. They got the job done in the end. And this is going to be a test for Portugal. And to be honest, like I said, I think we're yet to see the real Portugal. And I think maybe this game is where we see what Portugal are made of. I think this is where we see what Portugal are made of. Because on paper, I think Spain are favourites. Spain are the favourites to win. I mean, if you look at squad for squad, it's 50-50 to be fair. I think defence, you probably take Spain. Midfield, I think you easily take Portugal. And then the attack, Spain with Yamal, Oyarzabal, Baena, Williams, etc. And then you got Portugal with Leao, Ronaldo, Neto, Bruno Fernandes, etc. It's going to be a really tight game. It really, really is. It's so difficult to call. And I won't be surprised if it goes all the way, to be honest. Because this is going to be a fight. This game is going to have fireworks. Everything will happen in this game. There's going to be flying challenges. There's going to be flying challenges. There's going to be everything in this game. But in the end, I think it's going to go extra time. I think someone will score in extra time and win. And in my opinion, I think Spain are going to do it. I'm going to go 3-2 to Spain after extra time. I just think, like I said, Spain are starting to click. And I just don't think Portugal are at it yet. We might see what Portugal are made of in this game. But I just think Spain are probably that slight above Portugal. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-2 to Spain after extra time. Okay, next up is USA versus Belgium in Seattle. What a game this is for America, really. America, to be honest, I think they've got a good chance of winning. You look at Belgium, don't get me wrong, Belgium have got very good players. They've got De Bruyne. They've got Lukaku. They've got Doku, Trossard, Catalara. They've got some very good players, Belgium. But to be honest, America have been impressive at this World Cup. They have. And I know people will say, oh, America haven't played anyone good yet. But they played well, though. I have been really impressed. I have been really impressed with America at this World Cup. I'm not going to lie. Going forward, they do look good. They are a very good team going forward. Balogun's been cooking. McKennie's looking good. Defensively, they look solid. America, they do look really good in the game. In this game. Well, I should say overall. I do apologise. Overall, have been impressed with America. But this is where we get to see what America are made of. And plus as well, before the tournament, I think it was back in March, these two played each other in a friendly. Belgium won 5-2. I think I remember watching a bit then. I'll be honest, Belgium played very well. But this is the World Cup. The World Cup is so different to a friendly. And America have been good at the World Cup. And Belgium, I mean, I'm quite surprised they're even here, to be honest, because Belgium were very bad against Senegal. How Senegal lost that game, oh bloody hell, what's this fly doing? How Belgium I should say how Senegal lost that game, I've got no idea, because Belgium were bad. And I think if Belgium play how they did against Senegal, I think USA could wipe them to the floor, to be honest. But Belgium have to turn up. It's going to be difficult for Belgium. They're playing against America in front of all the Americans. The Americans are going to try and make this difficult for Belgium. The American fans will try and intimidate Belgium, but they probably won't, because all they'll do is fight and win and USA, and come on USA, man, let's go, man. And then they'll go, boo Belgium, Belgium in this, man. But it's 5-5, honestly. But like I said, I do think Belgium have to turn up. I think if Belgium are on it, if De Bruyne is on it, Doku, if all the Belgian players are on it, I think they'll win. However, there's something inside me that says America are going to win. And that's why I've gone 3-2 to America after extra time. I think we'll go into extra time, but something tells me America are going to win. So I'm going to go 3-2 USA after extra time. Okay, and the penultimate game is Argentina versus Egypt in Atlanta. And I tell you what, that Argentina game last night, what a game. Probably the game of the tournament so far. It was an absolutely unbelievable game. And I feel so bad for Cape Verde, because they fought right until the very end. Argentina were getting frustrated, really, in that game, but also they got the job done in the end through that header from Cristian Romero. And Argentina, you kind of saw after the game, even like with Messi and everyone, they were just like, it was kind of like, oh, thank God that's done. Because that's how well Cape Verde played. If you missed that game, I feel bad for you. Because that Argentina-Cape Verde game last night was unbelievable. And fair play to Cape Verde. They should be proud of themselves because they played so well in that game. But obviously, in the end, Argentina getting the job done. And, I mean, Egypt, obviously, they won on penalties. I'll be honest, that Australia game wasn't really great. It wasn't a great watch. But Egypt getting the job done. I mean, Egypt, I think they got players that can hurt Argentina. Salah, Marmoush, Emmanuel Shaw, it's been quite decent. But on paper, Argentina are going to win. Argentina will win. This will be, I think, a bit easier for Argentina. Egypt will try and make it difficult, but Argentina get the job done, in my opinion. So, I'm going to go 3-0 to Argentina. Okay, and the final game is from Vancouver. And I think this will be a really decent game. Switzerland against Colombia. This will be a good game, you know. Switzerland obviously winning 2-0 against Algeria. Colombia 1-0 against Ghana. And I mean, this is a big opportunity for both teams. One of these two, Switzerland or Colombia, is going to be in a World Cup quarter-final. That is amazing for both of these teams. So fair play to both of them. But, you know, to be fair to Switzerland, they are a good team. I think defensively they look solid. Midfield's decent as well. Going forward, they look good. I think on paper, people will back Colombia to win. But I think Switzerland will give it a go. I think they've got players that can hurt Colombia. Manzambi, Vargas, Xhaka, Mbola. They've got players, Switzerland, that can hurt Colombia. But Colombia as well. James Rodriguez has still got it. Arias. They've got very good players in their team, Colombia. And plus as well, Colombia, their fans, they are going to take over Vancouver. It's going to feel like a home game for Colombia. The Colombians are going to be there in their numbers, like they have in every game. And I think the Colombians have been the Colombian fans have been a massive factor to Colombia on how well they've done. And I just think the fans will be the 12th man. And I do think Colombia I think they'll just edge it. I think Switzerland will give it a go. But I just think the class that Colombia have got, I think the fans as well will be... I just think they'll get Colombia over the line. So my prediction, it'll be a tight one. Very tight. But I'm going to edge 2-1 Colombia. And I think Colombia will scrape through and play Argentina in the quarters. I mean, if that happens, what a game. But yeah, that's the end of the video. So thank you for watching. Smash the like, subscribe. See you in the next one in a bit.